The Council of Economic Advisors proposed zoning changes involving Gould Street, Highland Avenue, Ellis Street, and Routes 128 and 95. At the recent Board of Selectmen meeting on January 9th, the Selectmen held a public hearing to find out what residents think about the possible changes. Liz Kalajian has the details.
The big question is, do we want to allow, in a limited district that has good access to the highway and a lot of already is business owned, or do we want to make these allowances for greater height and density with a goal of increasing employment, adding to the local economy, getting more value out of the land that's there, benefiting the community in a lot of ways, but also recognizing, as I'm sure that we will hear, that development means more traffic. It may mean other changes in the community, impacts on nearby neighborhoods that have not had those from the less dense developments that are there now, and a lot of other changes that we may hear about.
Some residents are concerned about the changes already in progress in the area. They believe this is not the best time to move ahead with new zoning.
While there may be increased economic value from these zoning changes, I'm not sure that we need it right now. I think the town is well positioned fiscally. We are collecting sufficient amount of taxes to meet and actually even exceed the service requirements of the town right now. So if we were to need further development or for some reason to increase the tax base going forward, we could always do that. So that's why I'm here to simply ask you to, slow down, take your time. Maybe we should consider this at a more measured pace than hearings now with a warrant article in May.
Because I hear now Highland Avenue is going to get done from one end to from our end to Route 9. Perhaps we should wait for this road construction to be actually finished and all these exits on 128 to be finished so that it gives us an idea of how effective all this construction is and how it alleviates the traffic like it's been promised, and I guess it's the reason that it's been done.
I don't think anyone really understands what the traffic impact is going to be from all these changes. And as someone commented earlier, until we kind of see what the changes are, it's maybe a little premature to start adding more things when you don't know how it's going to be accessed.
Others are strongly against the proposed zoning modifications.
I find this entire proposal to be absolutely frightening for our neighborhood. I know you've spoken about considering the neighborhood. I've been to a couple of Devers meetings also, and they've been very informative. But I think the town seriously needs to think about protecting our neighborhood, not just considering it.
At this time, I don't see the necessity. If a developer was to come in and they said, I have a proposal, would like to work with the planning board, the board of selectmen, to do something with the zoning to make this fit, and we understand what's going in there, and we have a public hearing, then I'd understand. But at this time, to me, I don't see the necessity, and in light of the speed that we've been on, with the development in the town, I understand the urbanization concern. So I'm not interested at this time of moving this forward.
A few others who spoke at the meeting are for the new zoning. However, they feel there needs to be further study.
I'm not against the use of the area at all for economic development. I just want to make sure that the neighborhood can continue to be safe and a pleasant place to live.
I was actually going to speak in favor of moving this on to the planning board because I think we need, and it's clear tonight, we need a more thoughtful conversation about this. I did want to remind everyone this is already commercially zoned commercial property, so we're really talking about reusing it in better ways, and I think that that's appropriate to have that conversation.
The Board of Selectmen plan on discussing this proposal at the next meeting and encourage residents to send their thoughts via email at selectmen@needhamma.gov. For the Needham Channel News, I'm Liz Kalajian.